It all started with what sounded like a simple case of food poisoning. My girlfriend called me and said she'd had diarrhea for 3 days straight. What she didn't tell me was that it wasn't bad food making her sick. It was guilt and the truth. It was buried inside a single text message she tried to hide from me. She lived with her roommate, so naturally, I asked, "Is your roommate sick too?" She said, "Yeah, she was." Okay. So I figured it must have been something they ate together. I tried to be the good, supportive boyfriend. I kept checking in, offering to bring her soup, medicine, whatever she needed to feel better. She stayed home from work for a couple of days, and by Friday she told me she was finally feeling better. I didn't think anything more of it until that night. It was an AMI. Was lying in bed, half asleep, just scrolling through my phone. I saw she was on TikTok Live in one of those group rooms with 4 other people. They were all answering personal questions from a deck of cards. I was barely paying attention, just listening in the background. Then someone asked a question about their most toxic behavior. My girlfriend let out this laugh, then she said it. She said, "A few days ago, I showered with my ex, even though he says he doesn't even want me." I froze. Just completely froze. I immediately texted her, "What did you just say?" On the live stream, I could literally see her face drop. She started panicking, and I watched her text one of the other girls in the group chat. Not even realizing I was still watching her a few seconds later, I got a message from her. It said, "Oh, it was just a dream." I was talking about a dream. I had a dream. You don't dream out loud on a TikTok Live. You do want to blush and start nervously glancing at your phone in the middle of telling a lie if it was just a dream. My stomach dropped. I just knew something was terribly wrong. The next day, we met up. I tried to keep my cool. I didn't want to start a fight based on a gut feeling. So I just calmly asked to see the messages she'd sent to her friend the night before during the live stream. She hesitated for a second. Then she unlocked her phone and showed me nothing. The entire conversation was gone. Deleted I. Took her phone and searched her ex's name in her messages. I honestly wasn't expecting to find anything, but there it was. A message from Tuesday. It said, "I took a plan B." Before I could even process what I was reading, she snatched the phone right out of my hand. She immediately started backpedaling. "Oh, no. That wasn't me. That was my roommate. She's the one who took it. It's her business. It's private." But I knew, deep down, I knew the truth. The diarrhea she'd been complaining about all week wasn't from bad food. It was a side effect of the plan B. She had lied straight to my face, made me feel guilty for even asking questions, and covered the whole thing up by pretending to be sick. That was the moment everything inside me just shut down. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse her of anything. I didn't even cry. I just left. I broke it off with her right there, quietly, because I did not need to hear any more lies to explain what I already knew was the truth. Later that afternoon, I saw her again. Not in person, but on TikTok Live. There she was, laughing with her friends, and they were talking about me. She was telling them how she had gaslighted me, how she had deleted the texts right after I asked about them, how she even kept fake names in her phone for guys so I wouldn't find out. And they were all laughing with her, like it was some kind of hilarious game. They had already blocked my main account, but they didn't know I had a second one. And from that account, I just sat there and watched it all unfold. And yet, even after all of that, she kept trying to reach out, calling, texting, crying, begging for me to take her back. She kept saying, "I didn't cheat. I didn't do anything." Those 4 words, "I didn't do anything," and became her anthem. But here's the thing. When someone spends more time and energy covering their tracks than they do trying to make things right, you already have your answer.